Good morning. Happy Wednesday. How's everybody doing? Good morning, Chris. DSZZ. Good morning. Good morning, Greasy. Shadow, Sharif, Benton, Jeremy. Good morning, everybody. Glad y'all can make it once again. This morning, I'm anticipating another day of maybe not getting a trade. NFP Friday. Usually, if you can get something good Monday or Tuesday, then a lot of times we might not have anything else set up for the rest of the week. So just anticipating that. I won't be here tomorrow, like I said, and then Friday NFP, of course. So take caution. Morning, binge. All right, quick breakdown. We're still very ugly on the daily. I mean, look at this ugliness. Just gapping, volume and I mean, this is just ugly. We're still within that weekly range, right? So it's, oh man, it's ugly. So let me drop down to 15. I have this. Okay, so we have very clean buy side liquidity up here at basically yesterday's high. Very clean buy side liquidity. I have this 15-minute imbalance marked out. Now, I am keeping an eye on this inversion, this 15-minute inversion, because if you see here, we have a low, high, lower low, and a high. So this inversion here, we dipped into it. You see how it respected the midpoint and kind of went up. But also that means this is a big old breaker on the 15-minute right here. So you have a low, high, lower low, and high. And so I want to see, I don't think price from my read here, I don't think we get back below this area. I don't think we do. Maybe we'll see a little sweep into it, but I don't think we go lower. Again, we have this 9:45 and 10 a.m. news, but here, and we're below midnight opening price here. Here's the midnight opening price. We just are sweeping London high, but I don't think we come all the way down here. We're still inside this London range. And then we have this minor buy side right up here where it's kind of smooth. And then, like I said, we have this ultimate buy side liquidity up here. This 15-minute fair value gap. So I'm leaning, my framework is a little more to the long side at the moment. Now, if price just runs up, then I'll look for a short and a pullback. But at the moment, I'm looking for price to manipulate down and distribute up. It's kind of what I'm looking at. Of course, we have the news, like I said. So let's see. $9 a.m. See, this is what I like to see. If I am looking for a long, I do want to see it come down first. That'd be nice, but we have, of course, like I said, this 9:45 and 10 a.m. news, high impact news. So we got to watch that. Here's the 931 bar, 932. So no first presented fair value gap just yet. But yeah, I would actually kind of prefer to see price come down and dig into this area a little bit. We have some minor sell side here on this 1 minute. So come down, sweep this 508 area. Maybe come down into this inversion, 15-minute inversion, and then distribute up. That'd be my preferred trade. So we'll see. Now, of course, like I said yesterday, I have two bias, the overall bias for the market and then my trade framework. Currently, my overall bias is still neutral because of the daily chart, right? So because of that, I don't get too fixated on just looking for that long, because if price does just take off and go long and go all the way up to those targets or those areas, then that may be manipulating up, so it can later distribute all the way through the sell side down here. And just because I don't know if the market, which way overall it wants to turn. Does it want to go bearish or bullish? So We'll see. Morning, Tyler. DSZZ asked if I plan on doing streams also on Discord. So by the way, I think I mentioned I am going to open up the Discord back to the public again and just have a couple private channels for course members. But there's a couple things I want to tweak in the Discord to make it a little better, as far as, like verifying people and stuff like that. But after that, yeah, I mean, what I can do is, I could stream to both, YouTube and Discord. I don't know. I don't know how many people, I guess, look for streams in Discords. I don't know. I'm not too familiar on that side of like how many, like what people look for in a Discord as far as streaming and stuff. All right, so we have this minor buy side, poking through the midnight open, have this minor buy side. Like I said, I do believe we're going to go up. So do we manipulate at all down? I don't. I would think we do, but if we don't, based on the 15-minute, we may not go down. This is a nice market structure shift, inversion. There might not be a reason to go down. So it might not. Binge, I don't have that set up just yet. That's going to be for the free course that I have on how to trade futures. That will be, I wanted to have it done. I got most of it done. So this should be within another week or two coming out. And then I'll have one for discipline and psychology. And that one's going to be a really in-depth course with a lot of material. And I want that one to be really, really good. So that one's going to be, I don't really have an exact time frame on when I'm going to release that. So just I'm going to have two channels for that. I'm going to have a private channel for the free course and a private channel for the discipline psychology course. Hey, that's awesome, Binge. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you. Appreciate that. But yeah, I'll be actually, if you go to that connect page, I have the link back up, the futuresniperbeast.com/connect. If you go there, I put the link for Discord back in there again. So it's live. I'm just not really promoting it yet. I cleared out my Discord because there was like 700 or 800 people in there, but I ran a deal along like a couple years ago where I gave away like 5 free Apex evaluations, and you had one of the stipulations was join Discord. So I had a lot of people join just for the sake of getting a free evaluation, and they never contributed, never were in there. So that's kind of the downfall of doing that. So I don't care to have like a big number anymore. Like I want actually, like, I prefer to have people in there communicating, helping each other and stuff like that. So I cleared out the Discord, and that's kind of part of what I was doing. So yeah, it is live. If you want to go on there, go to that link and click the Discord, join the Discord, and you should be able to join. Yeah, Binge, go ahead. Go to, or DZ, you too. Go to that futuresniperbeast.com/connect, and there's going to be, you'll see where it says Discord. Here, since nothing's going on, let me post the link. All right, and we got, we have that news in 5.5 minutes, then that 10 a.m. news. So I'm just sitting on hands right now. Let the market do its thing. Thanks, y'all. Hey, so that's kind of the thing, right? Like, find people that, because we know, like, trading, it's tough, right? It's tough, and it can be lonely, and sometimes, like I said yesterday, you have to cancel out a lot of the noise sometimes. But also, if you come across traders that you I guess, can kind of connect with, or if traders trade the way you see yourself wanting to, like there's like-minded traders, it's always good to connect with those people, because then, for example, like y'all are talking about discipline. I mean, I'm still working on that constantly. It's hard. But like if that's a struggle, then surrounding yourself with very disciplined traders is just going to help you become disciplined, and vice versa, like whatever it is, whatever area. So I'm watching, is this the first? This might be the first presented fair value gap, actually. Sure is. Do. Yep, first presented fair value gap right here. Oops, that is not a daily fair value gap. Let's extend that out. Let me go ahead and let me do this on these. Let's go to settings, extend right. And I'm going to lock it. Because I did come across something the other day, ICT extending out a first presented fair value gap and mentioning it multiple days later. So I want to see how that works. I just want to leave this one here, lock it, and see how the market plays off of it, like for a day or two. Just curious. Awesome, Binge. Glad you joined. And I'll be more. Yeah, I got a couple of y'all joining there. I'll be a little more active in there as well. Like I said, I've just kind of been tweaking stuff and doing stuff and haven't really been promoting it or anything. So I haven't really been talking in there, but I always have it up if anybody says anything, and I'll start kind of, being a little more active. 9:33 candle. Did I miss it? 9:33 here. Now there's a wick here. I don't know if you missed the wick. Tyler. Hey, Enrico. Good morning. Yeah, there's a wick here. Let me zoom in. That wick right there. Sweet. Yeah, I saw y'all. Saw y'all in there. Cool. There's no wick for you on net. Well, let me go ahead and let me hit the refresh real quick. Let me make sure and save. And you refresh. 9:30. Yeah, I still have a wick right there. You have a wick too, Chris? Interesting. For you that for those of you that don't have a wick and you have a fair value gap there, what my chart look like? Okay, so maybe it's only Tyler. What data are you using? Are you on Rhythmic or what do you have? Because I'm not on Rhythmic data here. This is not Rhythmic. This is my live feed from CQG feeding into TradingView. So if you have Rhythmic, that might be why. Maybe reload your charts too. So we're building up a little bit of support here in this first presented fair value gap, but hey, 30 seconds, we have some big news here. That's true. That's a good point, Greasy. That's a good point. I'm on MNQ, and if you're on NQ, then that's a possibility for sure. Yeah, could be it. Got it. Yeah, NQ does have a little gap there. Well, since I'm on MNQ, I got to roll with what's on MNQ. All right. Let's see what's going on here. 9:45 news is out. We got that 10 a.m. news. Yeah, Tyler, since I'm trading MNQ, I have to stick to MNQ. Yeah. It's interesting though. We'll see. This is what I'm gonna do too. Just for out of curiosity. I want to throw that there. Just to see how price reacts if it does come down in there. No, Binge. The reason why MNQ is just because I trade small. I don't trade anything. When I'm on my regular sizing, the only time I'm trading any minis is on my 300K accounts. I have 4 of those, and I only trade 1 mini, and that's when I'm on my normal contract sizing. But right now I'm reduced a little bit. So on those accounts, I think I'm at 5 micros on those 300K accounts right now. And I mean, they're doing well, but I'm just not, because I don't like to, well, I've mentioned it before, where if I'm not on a good streak or there's been a little bit of, bad times, or I've had a couple losses in a row, then I'll drop down contracts until I feel comfortable, which I'm pretty comfortable now. But the only reason why I'm not going back to my normal sizing is because the market volatility lately. So I'm just kind of keeping it reduced because I can still make a lot of money and kind of reduce my risk a little bit. So, but that's the only reason why. Yeah. NQ first presented here. Let me do that. Where are you? Where are you? Extend right. Text. NQ first presented. Fair value gap. And it might not be perfect actually, but whatever. I just want to kind of see how, if price, I'm sure actually, since it is showing on NQ, there should be reaction there. It should hold. 537.25. Okay. Thank you, Chris. I didn't feel like flipping back. Let me just go. Oh, I got to unlock it. Coordinates. What'd you say? 537.25. All right, that'll work. That's good enough. Lock. That's interesting though. I've never really thought about that. If any discrepancy is there. All right, now we're hitting that 15-minute fair value gap right here. I mean, we had big news at 10 o'clock, so this really, I mean, this could be very similar to yesterday. Oh, there's a volume here. Okay. You're going to make me check. I'm not seeing a volume imbalance there. It's tiny. Maybe. What's the open? 542. And what's the, open is 542. The close is open, close. The close is where's the close? 541.75. So there's a 1 tick. Yeah, I'm not going to consider that because it's just 1 tick. All right, so yesterday we had a very similar setup. If you remember, we came up, we had the first presented fair value gap, we built support, and then we just kept up. We just went up, crept up the whole rest of the morning session. So we might have a similar deal today because I still think I'm a little leaning more towards going long than short, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. See if I go to yesterday. Here we go. Right here, the same thing. We had their first presented fair value gap right here yesterday. Right there, built, and then just went all the way up. Same exact scenario. So we might see something similar today here. Maybe. We'll see. Oh man, Jeremy, I hate Thinkorswim. Like I hate it. I mean, I like TD Ameritrade, which I guess they're Charles Schwab now. I like that, and when I was dabbling in some options and stuff, it was fine. But for charting purposes, man, I felt like I was in 1990 or something. I don't know. My first my first desktop. I don't know. I just hated it. 10 a.m. Oh wait, no, I'm 9:51. I was looking down here with my cursor. All right. Yeah, Chris, it's worse than Ninja. It was terrible. Once I get that funded account, how would I go about getting more live accounts? Right now, I'm using the free version on TradingView. Like more funded accounts? Is that what you're talking about? Or like your own live account? Like your personal live account? Yeah, Ben, I agree. And I even thought about it. I was like, man, maybe like I was thinking about it. It'd be really cool to like make my own platform and like have, but then I was like, what would I like? TradingView has everything I want, and what features would I add on top? I mean, TradingView is just dominating, right? To me, it's just dominating the market for charting. Like, there's just wouldn't make any sense. Not live accounts, but you mean like live market because TradingView is behind 10 seconds. Oh, well, if you have an evaluation account, wait, hold on. Did you say once I have fun? Do you have an evaluation account, Binge? Any evaluation accounts with any prop firms? Because if you do, you'll have live like up to the meaning market price. Yeah. So if you have any evaluations, you'll have current up to date, up to the second market data. If not, you can subscribe to it through TradingView. Because you said you have you're using the free version of TradingView, which that's fine. You can still use the free version of TradingView, but just subscribe to market data. It's like $12 a month. Okay, so yeah, you can subscribe to market data inside TradingView. It's like $12 a month, I think, and you get all the market data. So do that. You can do that. It's somewhere. Yeah, it's somewhere in TradingView where you can subscribe. It's like $12. All right, so we inverted this first presented fair value gap. To be honest, 7 or so. Okay. Yeah, I'm actually not looking for a short right now. We have that news at 10. So kind of what I prefer to happen is it depends. It depends what the market's looking like. But like I said, I kind of want to see a run in this area and then look for a long. Like that's kind of what I wanted in the first place, was it to run down and look for a long. But we'll see. And we got the news in 5 minutes. So I really don't want anything really nice to set up before news. Because like yesterday, like I don't want to be in a predicament where I'm like, oh, this looks really good, but news is about to come out. Yeah. Yeah, binge. I mean, you're new, so to be honest, like I don't know your financial position or anything, but just there's no rush to get an evaluation or a prop firm or anything like that. What you're doing is actually a really good plan. Just keep keep working in demo, but yeah, get live data. That would be great. Get live data. Maybe do it another month or so. I don't know. Whatever you feel comfortable. Because if you do get an evaluation, yeah, it's not a lot of money. It's like 30, like Jeremy says, like $33 or something. But hey, I mean, if you're not there yet, there's a possibility of blowing it, right? So might as well just pay the cheaper amount. And yeah, you're saying you plan 6 months down the road. Kudos to you. If you can do that, I mean, you're setting yourself up for success already. Because most people, including myself, I wasn't able to wait 6 months. So that's a great plan, to be honest. Yeah, that's great. All right, look at this. How we're coming back up, testing this first presented fair value gap again. So we'll see. Does it kiss it and drop, or are we going to come back up and reclaim it? So let's see. We have 3.5 minutes until news. 3.5 minutes. Yeah. And you want to make sure, binge, whatever platform you're using to trade, that you get all of the bugs like yourself, like the mistakes of clicking wrong and like hitting wrong buttons and doing all that. Get all that out of the way in demo. Definitely not in an evaluation or anything, because you will make mistakes clicking wrong stuff. Well, I did. Clicking wrong or like setting up orders wrong and like, oh crap, I messed up. Like technical tech on my end because I was learning the platforms. So yeah, definitely get that out of the way too. All right, let's see if we're going to displace down here. We're heading into that 542. I still have a mental note of that where there's a potential fair value gap. Then we have this one here. I'm looking for manipulation to the short side. So I don't want to let this bait me into thinking we're just going to drop. Oh, wait. You know what? I forgot to mark my opening range gap. Because I know there was an opening range. Yep. Hot dog. I knew I forgot because I set up the high before the open. Let's see. How far did we retrace back up into there? Dang, I can't believe I forgot that. All right, we made it to the midpoint. So, hey, we might not go further up. 583.50. Let's see. That might be. That kind of changes things a little bit. We'll see. So I want to see this get an immediate rebalance. I really don't want to see a fair value gap here. Good. We got an immediate rebalance. I would like to see it take this 508 to 510 area. I would like to see a sweep of these lows and then head up. Yeah, I use my live account as my leader. You can even use like any demo Trade of 8 account. It doesn't matter. Nice binge. Yeah. I mean, that's the way. I'm telling you, that's the way. You're journaling, you're being patient. Like, you have all of the everything. You're positioning yourself well for success. Let me just say that. All right, we may have a breaker here. We have a low, high, lower low, and a high. So right here. All right, now everything's extending right. We may have a breaker. May have a breaker. Hey, use that fair value gap right there. Look at that. We have a low, high, lower, low. So these 3 bars, up candles right here is going to be the breaker. The first presented fair value gap. May get a volume imbalance right inside here and a fair value gap. This is an order block as well. So this is a really nice area I'll be looking to go long around. We have the open here. It's going to be an order block. We're going to have a potential, we're going to have a fair value gap right here as well. We may or may not come down to here. 565. This low is, yeah. We rebalance this 15-minute gap. If we make our way down here, I'm hopping in long right in this area. If we hit this first presented fair value gap or this 1 minute, I'm going long. And I'm going to have my stop under here. I really think it's going to come down into this volume imbalance, but we'll see. Because this pop, this breaker, and this pop up right here could be a clearing of some orders, you know, clear out some stops, and then run it back down here, and then continue long, potentially. Watch this wick right here. Midpoint of this wick. 580.75. All right. Oop, we're about to. I want to make sure it doesn't just like shoot down. All right, I'm going long. I'm just going to have my stop under this low.
Order submitted.
I'm going to target the high of this opening range gap right up here.
Order submitted.
Now, it could trade down a little bit lower into here. So, have to be okay with that. Don't want to go too low now. It didn't sweep down here, so that might happen. Yeah. It shouldn't. It's likely to lose because it shouldn't be going down this deep. But yeah, I got knocked out. Make sure everything's closed.
Order canceled.
Okay. Yeah, look at that. It got me. So I thought this area would have held because I'm. Oh, let me cancel that order up there.
Order canceled.
Now it's gonna come down and sweep this. Oh well. So let's see. I'm curious to see if that's gonna play out. See, now it's sweeping these lows, hitting this area. Now it might go long. Dang, I should have waited. But I liked that we had, I mean, I'm not worried about it because I like that. I mean, we had this breaker, we had this 1 minute gap. We're above the first presented fair value gap, and there's a lot of reason for me to go long. So, all good. I did like this area to sweep though, and to trade down in here and then look for a long. But all good, all good, all good. Now I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch and see. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing too. Like I said, NFP week, when you get to around Wednesday, If you've already had a good Monday and Tuesday or one of the other days, it's never a bad idea to not trade that Wednesday and Thursday or even Friday. Yeah, there we go. Let's see if this goes up now. And see, that's the thing. So this is another important part of trading. You can't just like, lost. There's a loss and close it down and just like, and that's it. You got to learn. You got to learn. So you got to look and say, all right, now I got to watch and see what happens. Does it do what I thought where it sweeps here? See, I called out this area that I like to see a sweep. I didn't really put a lot of importance behind it, but I did like this area to come back down to and then go up. So now you got to watch and wait and see, okay, does it do that? Does it come up from here? Then next time, write that down, journal it, and then next time you see a scenario like that, you say, oh, I remember last time, even though we had this stuff and this information here, we had this area down here that it looked like price could pull back to where it had some equal lows that maybe it'll sweep first and then come here and then go, I saw that before, right? I saw that before. Let me take a note of that. So when I see it again, then I can recognize it. But it might not. I mean, it might not. Like I said, I'm still neutral overall. So I got to kind of look at the lower time frames, the 15-minute and lower to kind of get my bias. But see, look, let me go to the 15-minute. Right here. There's some equal lows. There's this equal lows right here on the 15-minute. Right here. Into that inversion. The top of the breaker. Let's see. It might not go. I mean, look at the wick all the way up here. It wicked all the way up in that 15-minute fair value gap. Basically, that's the second touch of it. Third touch. So red day. That's cool. That's all good. Like, I haven't had a red day in a couple weeks, actually. So it's fine. This is why I trade small. You see my P&L number up there, but it's only a couple $100, $200-$300 per account, right? This 400, that's my 300K. I got a lot of buffer in that. So small, that's small losses. But when you multiply it across 20 accounts, see, I got all my 20 accounts here. Oh, I guess I can. Yeah, you see how it's hanging out here? It might make its way up. Actually, I haven't used the copier side of that, Ben. I'm still using the Apex copier just because I already have everything preset on it, and I haven't had any issues. I've never had any issues with it. So, I just kind of use this as the dashboard, and then I do like the risk management settings. I just haven't had time to really mess with it. But you can see I did add my commissions. So I have my commissions in there. But see, here's the thing. I'm still profitable on the week. Like, that's the number one reason for money management, and also why I take one trade, and also why I want my trades to be 1.5 to 2R, like, preferred. Here, and let me get rid of this because this breaker. Actually, let me take my screenshot of my thinking first. Let me do this way. Let me save the image. Then I can mark it up later. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. There, I got my screenshot so I can mark it up later or after I'm done here. Now you got to see. Okay, so this one inverted and all that, but we have our first presented. This did not hold. So what I would want to see, of course, is this huge fair value gap right here get inverted. Once we invert this and come up above here, like that could just be, if this gets inverted, like as soon as it inverts and closes, just that'd be a long right there. But it, you got to wait for that. I don't know if link works, but that's my comment. I guess YouTube chat deletes links. Oh, it might be my spam bot. If you're trying to post a link, because when I first started going live a couple years ago, I had some crazy spammers with links and all kinds of stuff. So I set up my bot that if there's like a link or a bunch of emojis to block it. Yeah. She's yeah, X-rated links. It's like, hey, all you men in the chat, heart emojis, and I'm like, oh my god, what is this? Oh, got you, Jeremy. Man, I'm sitting here looking at this chart like they got me. They flushed me out. Like I'm always looking for sweeps to go, manipulation and sweeps to go the opposite way. And I'm just like, okay, this was a sweep, clear out. And then now I'm looking at this, swept these lows. I'm like, oh, they're sweeping up and down, clearing it out. Clearing it out. That way, I still think we go long, but got me. See if we take these highs here and invert this. Like I said, the second this gets inverted, like if I was trading, I'd probably go long right there. But I can't trade. I'm done. Binge, are you looking? You should be able to on NQ as well. The only time you shouldn't be able to is if you're on a daily chart. That's the only one you can't change those hours, a daily or higher. But everything else you should be able to. Like if I go to NQ, should be able to still. Yeah. Here we go. See, I'd like to see a gap form here and invert this. Ah, man. It got me. It's going to do it. Gotta live with it. Gotta live with it. See, this is where it's dangerous. If you have a framework, you have a bias. We're humans, right? So, like, if you take a trade, that's up to you. If you take a trade and it loses, but then, like, here, this will be the setup that I wanted. Potentially, like, it might happen, but because of my money management plan, I can't go again. You can set up a money management plan for yourself to go 2 trades. That's fine, but I can't, and I just gotta watch it. But see, I also get, I guess I find value in, I'm very pleased with, like, if this happens and it gets a fair value gap here, it inverts this and it runs up and it goes up to where and does what I thought originally. I find value in that. Like, I'm still happy with that. I don't like, yeah, I want to win every time, but I'm still happy because, hey, I was right. I got the trade wrong. I just got it wrong, but I find value in, um overall, it doing what I thought it would do, because then you just keep working, keep tweaking, and then you can, eventually get more right. So we'll see. It might not, but hey, we made this, took out those highs, didn't quite invert this gap. We have a little fair value gap here. So, but it's I don't know, it's pretty high resistance at the moment. Oh, yeah. I don't know if it's maybe because the free version. I don't know what the limitations are on TradingView with the free version. I mean, as a worst case, you might have to get the basic. I think it's like $9.99 a month or something. It may want to. I don't know. It may want to distribute lower. Yeah, that's what I did. I always had the cheapest basic one all of last year until they had their Black Friday sale, and then I bought the premium for the yearly amount because it's like 70% off or something, whatever it is. It's a great deal. So yeah, and I didn't need anything more than the basic, but the only good thing about having a premium one is you can have different charts, time for charts. Like, you can have a 15-second chart with the basic version. I never used it anyways, really, but see, now we got a fair value gap down. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. I would wait. I would want to see. I'd be curious to see if this fair value gap right here holds or fails. It might be ready for a short. We'll see. Looking like it's setting up to be a high resistance day, though. News wiped out the buy side, sell side of the marketplace, and now it's accumulating more here. So we'll see what we do. Yeah, Ben, I should have done that. I almost did. I think Chris did. He bought a couple years worth, but I have seen for each of the last few years, they have been running the same sell every Black Friday. So this year, I think I will load up more. I'm just waiting. Like, I'm going to hop off here in a little bit, but I'm just waiting to see if this happens. Like, I want to see. It's high resistance, but I want to see if this gets inverted, if this big one gets inverted, and if we do run up or not. And it might not. Very wiki. And also, that's what I do too for part of my discipline in psychology is like December, I didn't have the month I wanted. January, I didn't have the month I wanted. And so February, like I put all that behind me, right? So that's why my spreadsheet, I go by month by month by month. So now when I'm entering in my data on my spreadsheet, I'm just seeing current month. Those are gone. They're past, right? I've already done my chart review. I've already tried to figure out where I went wrong. Once that's done, that's it. I don't need to be reminded of it. I don't want to see any red. I don't want to see anything like that. Let's move on. So now when I started February, boom, 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 boom. Good wins, good wins, good wins. Throwing a loss there because we can't win them all. And then you just build on that, right? And then from there, I want to see each week be green because I know not every single day can be green. Eventually, you got to take a loss. So each week, I want to see green, green, green. That's kind of how I do it. I don't even really look at my total numbers and stuff. I just kind of do my update my spreadsheet by copy paste. I really don't pay very much attention to it until the weekend when I'm kind of doing my weekend review. Yeah, it was like 70% off, I think. Oh, man, I'm sleepy. Will this be it now? Will this be the time? We did invert this one. This is an inversion. So let's see if we invert this big one and leave a fair value gap here. Overlapping. Somewhere in here. Still 30 seconds, so it could immediately rebalance it. It's in around the midpoint of this inversion. See if it respects the mid consequent encroachment right here. Will it do it? Will it do it? Yep. And we got the fair value gap. So let's see if that's going to be our catapult to go up now. Now, if price does not hold support here and it does come back lower, then I'd be leaning more towards seek and destroy conditions where we're just going to keep taking out highs and lows. Which, again, knowing when not to trade, this is not very surprising on a Wednesday of NFP. Like I took a chance trading today because of NFP Friday, my probabilities are a little bit lower than normal. And tomorrow it's even lower. So that's why I'm not trading tomorrow. So like why do I want to do that? If my normal probabilities of ICT concept working are half or less because of the day, then like why? Just wait for the next day. And even then on NFP day, like I'll be trading after the NFP news drops, but it still could be I've had some good days on it, but that's just, you just got to be extra cautious. That's all. All right, we may be getting this inversion up here. And look where the body's closed. Look at the wicks do the damage. Body's closing here. Let's see. Yeah. If this is an order block. Yeah, see, look, we have not inverted this big one yet, but I think we're about to. Yeah, see. Ha. You NQ. You got me, NQ. I had you, but you got me. Hey, that's fine, Benton. That's great. You know, if you don't get what you like, don't take the trade. Good job. Great job. It's half the battle or more. Yeah, look at this. Let's see if it inverts. It's very close. It's likely to. But see, and here is where we have this volume imbalance right here. Let me change these. See, volume imbalance, it finally made it to. Well, it inverted it here, but then it acts as an inversion. So it's kind of hesitating. So we'll see if we close up above that. Still hasn't closed this inversion, potential inversion. So it may want to come back down because it didn't quite touch this 1 minute either. This is likely to be a breakaway gap, but it may want to come back and then go. So we'll see. But that's what, part of my notes for today is going to be. I got caught in this move where I wanted to see this sweep, and hit this area and go up from there. It just, it caught me off because I saw this breaker, which actually, let me put this breaker back and see if it used it as an inversion here, or like a reclaimed. Because every PD array has a inversion aspect and a reclaimed aspect to it. Came back in. Now it's coming up. Look at the wick right here. Right exactly to the midpoint. Let's see if we can hold above that and then go up. Still having a hard time getting back above this old volume imbalance here. Okay, so we inverted this fair value gap now. Now it's a big old inversion here. I'm 99% confident now we run up. Like, we should not come back down here to this 1 minute fair value gap. It should be a breakaway, if anything. And then we have this order block. Shouldn't even come back down to this midpoint here either. Like, we should just displace up, take this high, fill in the opening range gap, and just, yeah. That's what I mean. That's the important part, right? Knowing, like, I'm not mad at today because why? The market's doing what I thought it was going to do. I just am not a part of it. It got me. So, hey, all good. Might get a little fair value gap right here. So as this is going up, every PD array that happens, you want to see it be respected going up. and you could trade them. So we'll see if this one happens. Still 40 seconds, 35 seconds. But if every PD ray like this happens, then you want to see it hold support and continue up. You don't want to see anything get inverted as it's making its way up. So, all right, y'all. So that's what I would do is I would just watch, see, note, all that good stuff. And another learning experience. But 10:30 now, so I'm going to hop off. I'm done for the day. And no trading for me tomorrow, so I'll see y'all on Friday. There we go. Back into that first presented. Hit the inversion. Here's those that volume balance again. See if it holds in this area. I would definitely not want to see it come back below this down close bar right here if I was going long. Hitting that midnight open. But yep. All right, y'all. I'm going to hop off. Y'all have a wonderful day. Have a great day tomorrow as well. And if you're going to keep trading, trade well. I'll see y'all Friday. Take care.